Grab your popcorn, folks. Some high drama.
Joining us right now is Walter Isaacson. He's a Perella Weinberg advisory partner. He's Tulane University professor and a CNBC contributor. And Walter, good morning. It's good to see you.
Good morning, Becky.
Let's talk a little bit about this. Maybe we start with the article yesterday from the New Yorker that Ronan Farrow put out. It was long. There was a lot in it. What did you think?
Well, first of all, there usually, when you have a big disputes like you have between OpenAI and Elon Musk, Sam Altman and Elon Musk, and for that matter, Anthropic, you say, well, it's just emotional. Maybe it's just a personal dispute. Or you say there's a deep substantive dispute here. What the article showed is they're both. This is a deeply personal thing, but especially between Elon Musk and Sam Altman. But it also has a deep substance to it, which is how open should it be, but also what guardrails, what safety should there be, and who do you trust to control AI? There's a real tragedy of the commons here, or a prisoner's dilemma, where any company that really pushes safety may fall behind.
Yeah, there's so much there, Walter. You obviously know Elon Musk well, being his biographer. How key do you think this was to him, the idea that OpenAI went to a for-profit, or is trying to switch to a for-profit from a non-profit that he helped fund, thinking it was going to be a non-profit?
I assume most people watching are probably aware of the story, but just in case you're not, OpenAI was founded. Elon Musk was a primary funder. He recruited talent. The whole purpose of OpenAI was to avoid the potential AI apocalypse scenario, or at least reduce the probability, by creating an open source, not-for-profit AI entity. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, OpenAI becomes closed source and for-profit, the literal inverse of its founding principles. And the reason why Musk was funding this project, it boggles the mind that this could legally be able to happen. Musk was swindled, to put it lightly. That this has been able to happen is utterly outrageous, infuriating. If I were Musk, I would be ropeable. It can't get any worse than having started OpenAI for a specific reason. Open source, not for profit. Musk is the primary funder. He spends a lot of time recruiting people to this endeavor, only for him to step away, leave it in the supposedly competent hands of others, and then for it to become the literal opposite of what it was founded upon. Putting aside the enormous weight of anecdotes from people who've worked with Sam Altman, suggesting he's very untrustworthy, putting aside Altman's alleged character flaws, it's hard to grapple with the idea that OpenAI could have done this bait and switch.
In the book I wrote, there's some wonderful scenes of Elon Musk and Sam Altman meeting early on, deciding to start OpenAI because they're afraid that AI could be dominated, say, by Google, and they wanted an AI that was open and that had open, source, but was also a nonprofit. And Sam Altman changed that structure. And Elon Musk, when he gets angry, he can get really angry. And I just watched his face as he went into what we sometimes call demon mode.
I noticed the audio stream from Walter there cut off, but he was referring to demon mode, mentioned in the Walter Isaacson biography of Musk. And Sam Altman has absolutely summoned the demon in Elon Musk on this one. The guy has a very strong sense of justice. And this is an all-time trillion-dollar injustice. Hence Musk's thermonuclear lawsuit. And now, I'm no legal expert, just a midwit who creates content. However, on the face of it, as we've discussed, I don't really know if OpenAI has much of a leg to stand on here. Founding principles, open source, not for profit. Next minute, somehow, miraculously, it's closed source and for profit. I think OpenAI and Sam Altman are going to have a very hard time defending this.
Every time he talked about how he felt betrayed by Sam Altman.
So this is deeply personal and deeply structural, as you just said, and it's not going to go away anytime soon or nicely. This is not one that's going to get settled outside of the courts.
Right, I don't think so, because I actually do think it's not something we can say, okay, it's a little bit of money here or there. Let's, let's divvy up the proceeds and then go home.
Yeah, obviously, there ain't no way this gets settled, period. Doesn't make sense. There's no financial incentive here from Musk. It's not about money. It's about OpenAI doing what, to me, again, a midwit who creates content, seems utterly illegal. Not only dishonest, deceptive, unjust, but how can this possibly be legal to take somebody's money, the primary investor, based on the founding principle of being open source and not for profit, and then become closed source for profit? And by the way, everybody with ownership stakes in OpenAI is now, on paper, worth quadrillions of dollars. Now, just a quick important note, confirmed from Musk himself, OpenAI's non-profit is to get any damages from the lawsuit. I repeat, the damages Musk is seeking, if awarded, do not go to Musk. They go directly to OpenAI's non-profit, which, by the way, this is a hammer blow, a nail in the coffin for OpenAI's chances of winning this lawsuit. They're kind of fucked now. How are they going to argue against the damages being awarded? Because they would have wanted to paint Elon as greedy, billionaire bad. He wants more money. This is all about money. He's got enough, blah, 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 blah. They're completely cooked now. I mean, how do they argue against this when Musk himself doesn't want any of the awarded damages? And in fact, they will go directly toward the original founding mission of OpenAI. Because previously, OpenAI might have said, you don't understand, it's really hard to build AI without any money, therefore we had to become a for-profit. Well, if $150 billion suddenly gets dropped into the non-profit, I think that might solve their capital problems for some time. Here's Grok's explanation of the full article, which was paywalled. Elon Musk amended his lawsuit against OpenAI, asking that any damages, he's seeking over $150 billion from OpenAI and Microsoft, go to OpenAI's non-profit arm instead of him personally. He also wants CEO Scam Altman and President Greg Brockman removed from the non-profit board, plus any equity they hold surrendered to it. He claims, by the way, accurately, OpenAI deviated from its original non-profit mission, founded in 2015 with him as co-chair after he left in 2019, shifting to a for-profit with Microsoft. Here's a quote from Musk's lawyer. Quote, return everything that was taken from a public charity.
So what happens next? You've been watching this entire OpenAI, or this entire AI, I don't know if it's a battle or if it's just progress that's being made. Do you have concerns about the safety levels?
I definitely have concerns, as does everybody who works in the AI industry. And as I said, the question is, if you have some concerns, do you, and you can look at the article about Sam Altman, do you have a safety team? Do you empower them? And in the end, OpenAI reduces some of the safety team's authority. Why do you do that? Well, you look at Anthropic. Anthropic had put safety guardrails on its system before it allowed the Pentagon to license it. Then the Pentagon wanted to take off some of those safety guardrails. Anthropic said no. The Pentagon said, we're going to quit using Anthropic. And then immediately, Sam Altman and OpenAI step in and say, you can use our OpenAI and we won't put similar guardrails on.
This reminds me actually of an excellent quote regarding Sam Altman. Walter here just describing how they swooped in after Anthropic and a previous partner broke up. This quote, apparently close to 20 years old now, on Sam Altman. Quote, you could parachute Sam Altman into an island full of cannibals and come back in 5 years and he'd be the king. This is quite the quote. Speaks of Sam's ability to influence, gain power, lead. There's probably not too many people you could say this about, but given the fact that Sam Altman's on paper net worth as a result of OpenAI swindling Musk and flipping into a for-profit has skyrocketed, there might have been some truth in this quote.
You point out that anybody who has these safety guardrails risks falling behind, and I guess you're pointing to that very situation with Anthropic. In the article yesterday in The New Yorker, Sam Altman said something very interesting. He said, well, we're still doing safety operations, or at least safety parallel operations. What's the difference?
Well, they have a nonprofit foundation that's being created that is structuring themselves, and that will do a lot on safety. But it's not something where you can just flick an on and off switch and say, this is safety. It certainly depends on how you define it, and to be open-minded about it. Maybe one way you define safety is let the U.S. Pentagon, let the U.S. military define for itself how it wants to use it. You could probably, make that argument. I'm not sure from reading the article that was the argument that Sam Altman was making. I think he was partly personal and partly business. He just wanted to come in when Anthropic was losing its way with the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Some might even say to parachute in. Just to wrap up, wanted to share some excellent commentary on this lawsuit via Ricardo on X. Quote, in 19 days, a jury in Oakland is going to decide whether the entire legal foundation of the AI industry is built on fraud. Everyone thinks the Musk v. Altman lawsuit is a billionaire grudge match. Two egos, one grudge, $150 billion in damages, number designed for headlines. Easy to dismiss, easy to scroll past. That's exactly what Altman wants you to think. Because what's actually on trial on April 27th is something much bigger than Elon's hurt feelings. And here's the kicker. A jury is going to decide whether you can legally take billions of dollars in non-profit donations, use them to build the most valuable technology in human history, and then quietly convert that non-profit into a for-profit company worth $850 billion. If the answer is no, the entire AI industry has a problem because OpenAI is not the only company that did this. Anthropic was founded by OpenAI defectors using the same non-profit first mission language. XAI pitches itself as building AI, quote, for humanity. Every frontier lab has used the moral cover of we're doing this for the good of the world to attract talent, capital, and regulatory goodwill they would have never gotten otherwise. And Elon win doesn't just touch OpenAI. It creates a legal precedent that every AI company built on a non-profit or public benefit promise becomes vulnerable to shareholder and donor clawback suits. That's why this case matters, and that's why Altman is panicking. Just look at what he did this week. Elon filed a motion demanding the court remove Altman and Brockman from their roles and force OpenAI to return to its non-profit origins. Then he amended the suit to say if he wins the $150 billion in damages, all of it goes to OpenAI's charity arm, not him. $0 to Elon personally. That amendment was surgical, and yeah, I've got to jump in here, 400 IQ stuff. It stripped Altman of his entire public defense. He can no longer claim this is about Elon's ego or Elon's bank account. Elon is now legally on record saying he just wants the mission back. OpenAI's response was to panic write a letter to the California and Delaware attorneys general asking them to investigate Elon for, quote, anti-competitive behavior. They sound pretty desperate, by the way. And that's all they got. Their strategy chief publicly accused Elon of coordinating attacks with Mark Zuckerberg. They called the lawsuit, quote, harassment driven by ego and jealousy. And that's not the response of a company that thinks it's going to win. Real companies with real defenses don't ask the government to silence the person suing them 3 weeks before trial. They let the evidence speak. OpenAI is scrambling because they know what's in discovery. Elon's team has been building this case for 2 years. Emails, board minutes, internal conversations about the conversion. The kind of paper trail that juries understand and executives can't explain away. And the timing couldn't be worse. OpenAI is trying to IPO at $852 billion. They just raised $122 billion. Microsoft has $135 billion of exposure to them. A jury verdict that even partially sides with Elon in late April or May could, although the author here wrote would, crater the entire IPO runway and send shockwaves through every major AI investor on Earth. This is why Altman spent the last 2 weeks doing press tours and policy blueprints and, quote, super intelligent agendas aimed at Washington. He's trying to reframe himself as the responsible statesman of AI right before a jury decides if he's a con artist. Most people will watch this trial and think it's celebrity drama. The smart money is watching it and realizing that the legal foundation of the AI boom is about to be tested in court for the first time ever. And if that foundation cracks, everything built on top is at risk. So as I said, grab your popcorn, folks. Drama is guaranteed, and there is a lot riding on this. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.